Hello students, let us start the second part of the chapter on the face of it, chapter number 6. In the previous part we have already studied that dairy, he has got one of his face side or side face burned just because of acid, and we have also learned about Mr. Lamb who has got a tin leg, but both the young boy Dairy and the old man Mr. Lamb, they have different perspective towards life. Mr. Lamb is quite optimistic, whereas Dairy is defiant. He runs away from the challenges of life. Now the next point, Dairy suffers from a complex. Suffers from a complex. Now, Derry says that people have told him many fairy stories just to console him. They say that it is not important what you look like. People tell these comforting lines or comforting lies only to console him. But Derry knows that he will not change. Okay, he will stay a monstrous beast. No one will kiss him ever. Only his mother, and she too kisses on the other side of his face. He doesn't care if nobody ever kissed him. Mr. Lamb asks if he doesn't care to be kissed, or even whether he likes to be kissed by pretty girls. Will he not like to be kissed by people whom he loves? Derry replies that no one will ever kiss and love him. Okay, he is grieved that he won't ever look different. Even when he grows as old as Mr. Lamb, he will look the same. Mr. Lamb replies that Derry may have a half face, but the world has got a whole face and he should look at it. Okay, now the next point is Derry indulges in self-pity. So Derry is obsessed with what people say and comment about him. People remind Derry that there are people even who are even worse than him, okay, in the world. So sometimes people can be very cruel. A woman, she looked at him and she said to another woman that what a terrible thing, looking at Derry. See, what a terrible thing. She told her that only a mother could love such a face. Mr. Lamb, he advises Derry to keep his ears shut. Okay. Derry says that he doesn't like being near people. He can't stand people staring at him and commenting upon him. The next point is Mr. Lamb shows the way. Now, Mr. Lamb reminds Derry that he can't lock himself up in a room and never leave it. Then he narrates him the story of a man who was afraid of everything in the world, and so what he did, he went into the room, locked himself up in that room and stayed in there. But what happened? A picture fell off from the wall and killed him. Okay. So Mr. Lamb says that he enjoys life as it comes. Who? He himself. He sits in the sun and read books. He is not fond of curtains. Mr. Lamb motivates Derry. He tells that Derry can live the same way as he himself does. Okay. So for him, everybody is welcome. The gate is always open for everyone. Derry says that there are some people he hates. Mr. Lamb says that hatred is even more dangerous and harmful than a bottle of acid. Derry gets up and he prepares to go. He says that he will come back. Mr. Lamb says that generally people say so, but they never come back. The next point is Derry comes back, Mr. Lamb dies. Now Derry comes home. His mother wants him not to go back there. Derry assures her that she need not have to have any fear. Okay, only an old man with a 10 leg lives there. He has a huge house and a big garden. He is Mr. Lamb. He says things that nobody has ever said. Derry runs to Mr. Lamb's garden. He opens the gate. He cries that he has come back. Suddenly, there is a crash. The ladder falls back. Mr. Lamb also falls along with that ladder, and he dies. Derry begins to weep. He goes on crying, "Lay Lamb, I did come back, I did come back." And this is where the chapter ends.